2014, our 85th year. I'm Wendy Wigger.
And I'm Tim Vreeman, and we'll be co-hosting today for the Volksparade, the People's Parade.
And the parade has started just a little bit ago with the first scrubbing of the streets by our wonderful citizens all around the community. Anybody that was wearing a Dutch costume was welcome to attend. And we've got right now the start of the parade. And
today we are very honored to have Governor Rick Schneider here. I just came from a lunch where he gave a wonderful presentation and challenged our city to continue to be the leader it is in technology and in leadership in our state.
Nice.
And it was awesome.
Nice, nice. Well, I'll tell you, Tim, the weather might be a little bit gray, the skies, and we had a little rain earlier, but it sure hasn't dampened the spirits of anybody that's down here. The streets are packed.
Yeah, we parked many, many blocks away to get down here today. The rain was helpful. We just experienced the street scrubbers, where our mayor, Kurt Dykstra, called on the citizens to prepare the city that found the streets to be unacceptable. And he called on the residents to do their part and scrub the streets in preparation for today's parade and for the festival.
Certainly a rarity in Holland to have the streets unacceptable, but of course it is Tulip time, so, you know. And it is going to be a great parade. I know that there are some new elements to this year's parade, including what's going to bring up the tail of the parade, a little pun intended. So,
what is that all about, Wendy?
Yeah, well, we've got Pooches on parade, so we've got some very fun animals, I understand, that will be coming. Some canine friends that will be dressed up in Dutch costumes.
At the tail end.
At the tail end of the parade, yes.
If you haven't experienced the street scrubbing, it's a great, again, example of the city and the festival working together. The fire department sets out large barrels by all the fire hydrants, releases water. Those that are participating can pick up water, throw it on the streets, and those then scrubbing will come behind and make sure our streets are scrubbed and ready for the parade today.
And we're starting here.
Yeah, the colors being presented. And Wendy, I will say I'm really proud of our community as the colors do go by, how respect is shown by the crowd standing.
Right.
Now you're going to hear the bells and the city criers, the town criers, as they lead the parade. Art Tulsver there on the far right, in the bright red. And here's our governor and our city officials.
Yep, and the crowd
Mayor
waving.
Dykstra on the far right.
Dykstra.
Rick Schneider next to him.
Wonderful turnout from all of our city officials.
Representative Joe Hoffman coming by.
Miss you.
Board President of Tulip Time, Nathan Bach.
Yep. And
what an enthusiastic bunch of city leaders.
it is, and most of them in Dutch shoes, wooden shoes that are going to be, that are going to be walking the whole parade. And as we said, this is the Tulip Time Volksparade, our first out of 3 parades for our 85th Tulip Time.
One thing you'll probably notice this year, Wendy, is a new logo by Tulip Time. It's been redesigned and introduced this past fall. And it will be on all the banners of everything that we see here this afternoon. And our favorite Dutch dancers, they'll be intermittent throughout the parade. They represent all the costumes in the different provinces of the original home country, Netherlands.
And our first parade, West Ottawa High School Marching Band, which is under the direction of Mike Hammond and Jay Gunforth.
In their marching festivals throughout the season, this is their 9th year of receiving First Division ratings. If you ever participated in those marching festivals, it's outstanding.
It is, yes. I was a combination of a drummer, a drum baton twirler, and a Dutch dancer. So that was quite some time ago.
Well, that'll just be one of West Ottawa's bands that we're going to see today. We'll see multiple bands.
We've got a very special guest coming up, the Dutch ambassador to the USA, Rudolf Beek. Am I saying that right? Beek?
I think it's Bekink.
Bekink, thank you. Ambassador to the United States from the Netherlands is visiting Tulip Time this year.
He arrived for the governor's luncheon today. It was on Hope College's campus at DeVos Hall, and he arrived by helicopter.
No kidding. Well, that would have been a fun addition if we could have added that to the parade here.
I want to come by helicopter.
There you go. Then we have Juan Morales, Consulate of Mexico.
I don't know if you're familiar, Wendy, we share a leadership exchange with our sister city in Mexico, Quintero, and there's a fountain in Holland Park that's been given to us from that city as well. From the Consulate of Japan, Mr. Kamiyata.
And Grand Marshal Jody Syons.
Long-time employee.
Yep, retired in June of 2013 after serving with the city for 37 years.
One of 2 middle schools. Middle schools in the Zeeland neighboring community of Zeeland.
And they're followed by the Tulip Time float, which is a brand new float this year. And I think you were saying, Tim, this is that new logo.
Yeah, you'll see on the back side, the back panel of our logo this year, it's 9 tulips, all different colors, same design.
A lot of wonderful folks here once again. Program director for Dutch dancing, our costume directors. Many people that help make Tulip Time happen.
And a majority of them are volunteers.
Yes, which is even all the more amazing. We've got our Holland Reserve Police Officer of the Year, Mike Murphy. He was chosen by peers and the command staff for what Chief Matt Miser said was great character and a consistent and positive attitude.
Behind them is from Holland Public Schools, the 6th and 7th grade marching band.
They are in the direction of Bethany Van Oss. time.
And stay in a straight line.
Yes.
The International Relations Commission of Holland, again, doing a leadership swap between the sister city and Mexico, Quintero.
And they are followed by the Holland Christian Middle School Band, which features 75 students under the direction of Matt Veenstra and Scott Vandenberg.
Here's the American Legion post.
Once again, some wonderful recognition for well-deserved individuals. And we've got the state commander of the American Legion.
Very good.
Must be all of them.
Part of that same team there, Wendy. We're lucky to be able to have all of our guests drive in convertibles and ride in those. It was thunderstorm.
Yes.
Terrible rain about an hour and a half ago.
And we've got the Sons of the American Legion state commander.
Now we have the leadership from the West Coast Chamber of Commerce. Our president, Jane Clark, in the center there, we're holding the tulips.
Guys. Wonderful, wonderful organization that's doing so much for our business community.
They do a wonderful job of really coordinating all the different elements of our city and making sure that they're working together well.
And we've got the Lake Michigan Credit Union Tulip Time group. I think opportunity, if the winds die down, we'll have a balloon on Saturday, but not today. And then we've got the West Ottawa Macatawa Bay 7th and 8th grade band.
Now, if we're keeping track, this will be the second band from West Ottawa School. I'll put a little niche here and we'll keep track of how many are coming from West Ottawa.
135 students.
Did you recognize the song that they were playing?
Yes, but I couldn't name it.
Got the Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, there we go. That band was 135 students, including their group leaders, Matthew Moray and Petra, I'm not going to say that last name, Bonus, Tyler Bozma.
Ottawa County Sheriff Officer Marine Patrol. Being located on the lake shore. We have many incidences and we need to keep control of our beaches and our marinas as well, and these men help that out.
Of course. Oh, and this is a favorite of the parade, of course.
The Bikin' Bar.
The Bikin' Bar. I actually know the individuals that helped to create this, Keith Brown. And it was built from a photo from a lager bar at this type in the Netherlands. He built it in his father's garage over the course of a year. And it's been a crowd favorite ever since. In fact, my sons have ridden on this bar in the past. So,
and how do you reconcile drinking and driving?
You know, it just works. It's the Tulip Time Parade. Very good. have Calvary Schools of Holland, their Dutch dance group.
And following them is Unity Christian, the high school marching band.
This is
700 students.
Yeah, in this high school, located in Hudsonville. And they are in the direction of Brian Knott. The marching band's made up of members from 9th through 12th grade.
And Hudsonville is just east of Holland.
Let's hope that they play a little bit for us here.
Golden Orchard in Fenville, Michigan.
And they are assisted living and provide special place for seniors. And living in a comfortable atmosphere that engages each resident as an individual with their own specific likes and needs.
We're utilizing Montessori methods, Wendy, of education.
We've got a group from Holland High, some of the Dutch dancers. I have to admit, when I was in high school, somehow we always seemed to scam away to get on a float. And I don't remember walking. Remember walking the whole parade in my Dutch dance shoes and my wooden shoes.
You know, the participant holding the sign with those white suspenders and those silver buttons is from the area of Overijssel.
Okay.
And they would be fishermen. And so they would use those, they wouldn't have savings accounts, if they would use those silver buttons to help pay for their funerals.
Oh, no kidding. Wow, that's an interesting tidbit. Then we've got the Holland High School Marching Band.
They all march in wooden shoes.
117 members, comprised of 2 concert assemblies, and they are so well known. They also have performed at presidential inaugurations, the Rose Bowl, and of course that unique wooden shoes that you mentioned.
And you'll hear them play Tiptoe Through the Tulip, so the unique marching step. When you'll see many times parents walking behind the band, and as they march, they'll slap that wooden shoe down, and sometimes those shoes will split right in half.
Yeah.
Let's watch. Nicely done.
That would be 8, up to 8 in Dutch. That much I do know. Nice job. That was wonderful.
There's a mosquito squad of West Michigan.
And I'll tell you, he would scare me if he came up to me, this gentleman here. He wants to help give West Michigan yards back into the backyard enjoyment and really helping to prevent some of the buzzing that goes on with the mosquitoes.
Right. He says 100% satisfaction. I think we'll sign up before we leave here today.
There you go. Then we've got a wonderful float here, Ditto Upscale Resale, a nonprofit that raises money for Christian education. And they've been voted best of the secondhand stores for 8 years running, celebrating their 10 years in business.
Their facility is just east on Holland, just off of 8th Street. United States Navy Recruiting, Station for Holland.
Well, they sure look sharp. All right, we've got a Zeeland Middle School 8th grade band.
From Cityside. And the high school band, Wendy, we'll get to see my daughter. I think she'll be right up front playing the piccolo.
Okay. And what's high school?
Zeeland High.
It's phenomenal how such young people can do just, you know, what happens when they come together playing music, and in that short amount of time that they've been practicing, it never ceases to amaze me.
Our next entry is from a Quality Car Wash. They have 5 locations here in the Holland area and building a new one right in the corner of Chicago and Waverly. You'll see that structure going up. It's nice to see a new building happening here in the area.
Yeah, it is. They've been voted the best car wash in West Michigan by Holland Sentinel readers for 12 straight years.
And if you want to get a treat while you're filling up, you can get coffee and Tim Hortons baked goods beverages while you're there.
That's not too difficult to have to digest. It's a really kind of a fun float. Look at that on the back.
Having a good time.
Yeah.
Hi, Doyle. Nice shirt.
We got the American Red Cross, and they help to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing power of volunteers. They stopped by earlier, and so far it's been an uneventful day, which is what we want for the American Red Cross.
Now here's another West Ottawa band. Do you remember our count, Wendy?
No, you're doing it. I'm just coming along.
All right, we're up to number 3 right
Okay.
now. This is the 7th and 8th grade band from West Ottawa Harbor Lights. It's one of 2 middle schools in the West Ottawa school system. Watch those drummers. And Wendy, do you know the name of that song too? Come on. It's always a good time.
Okay. I didn't know this was going to be named that too, Tim, but I'll practice next time. I'll study a little harder. There was 140 students in that band, and this is a fun local radio station. I know that driver.
WHTC and
Yep.
WYVN radio.
Right. Lakeshore's wake-up call every weekday with Brent Allen and the team there. And then we've got Cherry Lane Preschool, chock full of some really...
Providing childcare for 3 to 5-year-old students for over 50 years. They help bridge the gap between home and school. Cherry Lane is truly a tradition worth saving.
There you go. And then we've got the Holland Christian 6th grade band. They combine students from Rose Park Christian and Pine Ridge Christian under the direction of Matt Veenstra. And it consists of 62 6th graders.
I think it's We Got the Beat.
All right, we are followed up with Escape Ministries. They provide an alternative suspension accountability program for 6th through 9th graders. free of charge. Wow.
That is great.
That is gonna get your attention there. Then we've got the Feel the Zeal with Zeeland, the city of Zeeland.
The Zeeland Youth Council, which consists of 9th to 12th grade students from East and West High School and Holland Christian, representing the city of Holland today.
Hi, Sally. Good to see ya.
Followed by dancers from Zeeland High School.
You know, I love it that they're not just marching, they are literally dancing down the streets.
You know, they start practicing already, Wendy, in January. In Zeeland in particular, they rehearse at 6 a.m., so they have to give extra time and effort to make that happen.
I'll tell you, that's commitment, 6 a.m. in the morning. And then we've got the Zeeland High School Marching Band with 200 members, including 3 drum majors.
Elizabeth Bazan, Nate Evink, and Carter Hall. And then Lydia Freeman on piccolo in the front row.
There you go, okay. We could do the wave if you like, you know, the two of us.
It'll be a short wave.
That's okay. It's recognition nonetheless.
There she is, right in the middle. And she will not look at me.
Second one in? Was she the second one in? Right, okay.
To watch the Zeeland Marching Band during their halftime shows is quite impressive. This past fall, they did all a show on the Rolling Stones, and they used 5 different selections, and it was great tribute to Mick Jagger.
That's great. I actually saw the Stones in 1981, just as a little piece of trivia. Don't know if you were born yet there then, but...
Oh, absolutely. Come on now. Here's the Zeeland Youth Dance Company and the Zeeland Community Recreation.
40 dancers were selected for the group, and they're in their 4th through 12th grade.
These dancers train in multiple disciplines of dance and rehearse weekly throughout the year to prepare for performances in the various community events.
Then we've got good old Ronald McDonald, who is part of the Tulip Time Volksparade and the Chief of Happiness Officer and Ambassador. West Michigan Community Bank, sorry about that, Tim. They strive to be the premier community banking franchise in West Michigan, and they've been around since 1976. Oh, the Seuss. I love Dr. Seuss.
Thing 1 and Thing 2. The Holland Arts Council, Wendy, is hosting the Hats Off to Dr. Seuss. It's a private collection from Dr. Seuss himself. And it was not made available until his passing. And it's his private collection from his home, and his wife has been releasing different paintings, private paintings from his collection, and now it's on tour. It'll be on 5 cities, and we're very, very lucky to have it, because usually we'll go to a venue of 1 million people or more, and so certain Holland does not qualify for that.
And how long will that be running?
Throughout the festival, and then you'll need to hurry down and get down there and see it.
Great. And we've got breakupgoods.com. Holland-based business is a mashup of Pinterest that meets Google for used goods. And they have some very interesting, I would check them out, breakupgoods.com.
White Pigeon, they've made a big commute to be here today. This band participates in local parades and services in their hometown and Holland, Michigan.
For 13 years they've been involved.
And they're a school with 500 students. 1920. This year they represented the Lions Club District Governor, Doug Schneider.
They have been around for quite some time and do such great service for this community and beyond.
The Lakeshore Little People's Place, licensed Christian child care for infants through 5th grade in 4 locations throughout Hamilton and Holland area. It's a nonprofit organization serving families in this area since 1997.
Then we have Miss Preteen USA, and this is Kyra Collins, and along with her also looks like part of the group.
Holland Public Schools 8th grade marching band. We saw earlier the high school marching band marching in wooden shoes. You have to work your way up to that.
Pulaski Queen for this year, and Pulaski Days is been going on for 27 years, and it is a wonderful organization happening in October.
Black River Dutch Dance, and then they're followed by their jazz band,
This
who
is
are
one of my
just
favorites.
outstanding.
They are. What a fun group. They've received numerous awards from collegiate jazz festivals throughout Michigan, as well as New York City Jazz Festival.
They were also the band featured at Tulip Time in Bloom when the artists revealed the artists competition at Evergreen Commons this winter during February.
Okay.
It was a lovely event where they revealed the winner of the poster contest.
And then we've got Chan's Martial Art. That was their, looks like that was their black belts, most of them.
And then Hamilton High School marched their Dutch dancers. And followed by their marching band. This marching band has been played for the Women's Division III Final Four tournament at Hope College for the last 4 years and received consecutive Division I ratings at their marching festivals. They've also been invited to play as part of Disney Magic and Music Days in Orlando, Florida this coming December.
I'll tell you, you know, it is just perfect weather out here.
I'm sure the band is grateful for just the overcast and not the bright sunshine today, marching in black. They're probably very, very grateful today.
I'm grateful it's not snowing.
Right.
This is the West Michigan Puppetry Guild, and it meets in Holland to further the art of puppetry. And I'll tell you, puppets are amazing, amazing way to communicate with kids and all people of all ages.
And they're astounded how they can make those puppets just come to
I know.
life, and the children think they are alive and will interact with them.
Oh, look at the Dutch dance book. Oh, how cute. Hi. Oh, the kids across the street are just fascinated. Oh, very fun. You know, I've seen puppets being used in so many different ways and helping really to talk about some tough stuff in life, and kids kind of open up when you see somebody that looks like it's very friendly and easy to talk to at the same time.
And it's nice to be able to have, as you're operating the puppet, you can have a conversation.
Yep.
And talk about those very difficult things.
Now we've got the Lakeshore Home Builders Association. They're recognized and respected as a leading voice for residential building industry and the value of home ownership.
Their mission is to help the members grow and succeed in their own businesses and provide educational resources and classes. They network events, marketing, and help with their advertising.
And they've got a playhouse here that you can win. Raffle tickets are available at the Lakeshore Home Builders Association, the corner of Lincoln and 9th Street. And they've got a parade of homes June 12th through the 21st.
Well, here comes our library. I love this entry. They use their library cards and they push them in the streets, and then they have actual maneuvers.
I know.
Where they're making shifts throughout. Saugatuck High Marching Band.
Now I know that's a James Bond movie.
Right, that's all we need to know. Well, the Saugatuck Band's going to be performing in Cleveland, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this month.
No kidding, that's fantastic. They've got 400 students at that school, and 52 of them are participating in the band. And we've got Shasma Heating and Cooling in a very slick-looking Camaro.
Coldwell Banker, Woodland and Schmidt. Established real estate franchise system in here in North America.
We should mention that a lot of these floats, all of them have a text to win. So they're all really competing against each other, and people that want to text for that best float can do so.
Zeeland Public School, Creekside Middle School. This is another 7th and 8th grade band from the Zeeland Community Public School System. And there's 108 musicians playing here today. Reminder of the community service that they offer.
And they got their own little cheering
little
squad
fan
on the
club
side
across
of
the street.
There you go. It's hard to believe 85 years ago was the first Tulip Time
It's been going
festival.
on for many, many years.
Yeah.
Macatawa Bank. Known as one of the friendliest, most conveniently locally owned community banks, headquartered in Holland, Michigan.
Always unique because they've been doing the sailboat for the float for a while, and I thought, boy, that looks like a lot of fun. There's a little pig in that car. Miss Petunia, that's so cute.
Calvin College.
There you go.
Our neighboring city in Grand Rapids.
There
So
you
you're
go.
familiar, Wendy. Calvin and Hope have quite a rivalry.
Oh, believe me, as a Hope graduate, I am aware. Oh, that was a Tulip Time pig. Oh, that was cute. And that was Joust the Knight from Calvin.
Salvation Army, it's an international religious and charitable organization that's been serving the Holland area since 1936. Probably most infamously known for their assistance with Toys for Tots in this area, through working with the local Marines.
And the ringing of the bells, and they are followed by Winning at Home, which is has counseling office in Zeeland, and it has a variety of services for all ages.
They're seeking to build marriages and family through speaking events throughout the country, and they're doing an outstanding work.
Compassionate Heart Ministries offers a safe Christian-centered drop-in center for teens and young adults, ages 14 to 35 with mild to moderate disabilities.
Their headquarters are also in Zeeland, Michigan, and Sitting a Hill.
I interviewed a few of these folks before on TV. We've got the wonderful cars, all part of Compassion Heart Ministry.
Keith in the back there. Vanderbilt Charter, the Voyager Band. They're dedicating their Tulip Time song, Firework, by Katy Perry. It's one of 3 charter schools in the Holland area.
What's really cool about this, Tim, is they are dedicating that song to a pair of students at Vanderbilt that are fighting cancer, Jessica and Eric. Beautiful smile, I just have to say. What a beautiful smile.
Addictions Recovery, otherwise known as OR, where recovery becomes a reality. They've been providing professional service addiction treatment to their residents in the Lakeshore area for over 40 years now.
And they are followed by Superior Cart Company, Classic Cars,
in a teeny little car.
That looks like a fun car to drive. I'll tell you, I don't know if that's road approved or not, but I could drive that. That looks like a lot of fun.
And Superior Cart Company sells and repairs new golf carts and used as well.
Then we've got Miss Wheelchair Michigan. And Miss Wheelchair Michigan is a nonprofit recognizing the spirit of people focused on an appreciation for life and spirit. Kelsey Kellema from Yips, well, they came from a long way. Zeeland Christian Middle School.
Drum major Silas Fenema. We have an enrollment of 950 students from pre-K through 8th grade. Oh, now look at this, Wendy.
Oh, now this is fun. Coast 3 is Nature's Health Club. Coast 3 offers a wide variety of rental equipment options for outdoor activities, including campers, kayaks, stand-up paddle boards, skidoos, bikes, and much more.
Those nice thick tires work well on those bikes. For all the snow that we have, you can ride your bike in the snow. There's
now
Kyle on his board.
That looks like a lot of work.
That's the biggest skateboard I've ever seen.
It is. Now this is a great group that our friend Joyce, who used to work the cameras for us on a regular basis, has been a part of, and that's the Evergreen Striders.
Walking is winning is their motto.
They do socializing, achievement, and enjoyment, and at a self-selected pace. No one walks alone. There's Barb. Hi. You see some of those wooden shoes all look like tennis shoes?
Painted like tennis shoes.
Those are fantastic.
Evergreen Commons has a wonderful facility here in Holland. It's focusing on ages 50 and up. Membership is only $50 a year.
$50 a year, that's
$50
it.
a
Well,
year.
that's a steal of a deal.
They have wonderful facilities, a full wood shop that continue to be working, restaurants, areas for play games with libraries, a stage, restaurant. Wonderful activities throughout the year.
It's a kid. That's our friend Lauren. So she's special to us. Hey, if it's not Abe.
It's Abe Lincoln.
Good to see you,
Is
sir.
your granddaughter here?
Yeah.
Right.
Sir. And John Shea on the bike. Then we've got the Hamilton Hawkeye Middle School Band. For about 50, they've been participating. Isn't that fabulous?
It's awesome to have a community-wide celebration that we all can participate in.
I like the
That
walking
is
bowls.
darling.
That is very cute. Very cute. Chiropractic group. Followed by, that was the
Peasley Brothers Chiropractic.
Their grand opening will be held on June 27th. Stop in for free screenings. And then we've got the Holland Christian.
It's their preschool.
Part of the Holland Christian School community.
Serving the earliest of learners through 12th grade. Reminder about those text to vote. See those on the floats as well.
Then we've got some of our Holland Christian High School Dutch dancers, followed by their marching band. And they have a school with an enrollment of 800, and 10% of those, or 87, are participating in the marching band.
You know, in their community and their instrumental department and music perform all over the city and the surrounding areas. Retirements through weddings, churches, charities, making their talents available to be a real blessing to the community.
They have performed and traveled to Detroit, Chicago, Florida, Disney World, Carnegie Hall. I wonder if I'm too old to join, you know?
You got to be able to march and step, play your instrument, and keep a straight line.
All right, I'm out. I'm out. Let's take a listen. Program and another puppet troupe singing and talking about families and how to become foster families.
Right, and then when we started today, Wendy, we talked about what would be at the end
Yes.
of the parade or the tail end of the parade. Here are Dutch dogs on parade.
And my mom is in here with Chipper. Hi,
Yeah.
guys. Look at how beautiful. Hey, Chipper.
So great.
Look at this. Okay. They asked if I was laughing at them or at the dogs. At the dogs.
At the
Hi,
dogs,
guys.
yes.
That is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Oh my goodness. I have to say, that was a treat.
Oh, that is
Absolute
just
treat.
great.
And being drawn on a sled. Oh my goodness. And then look at this one's being carried. Okay, so Pooches on Parade wins my heart. What can I say?
It
What
looks like
can I
all
say?
the provinces of Holland area were represented in those costumes.
Oh, look at this. This is great. And we have to give thanks to Pooches and Parade at the Maple View Animal Hospital for sponsoring the Dutch dogs on the parade and keeping Holland's dogs healthy. I know the folks at Maple View, and they are wonderful in every regard. I cannot believe how fast time went. Tim,
It was absolutely
this was phenomenal.
amazing.
I'll tell you.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the 85th Tulip Time. My name is Tim Bremen.
And Wendy Wigger with this year's Volksparade. And we have plenty of more parades coming this year for the Tulip Time season. It has been an enjoyable moment to spend with all of you. We cannot thank you enough for all of your involvement and coming on down and enjoying the parade.
And thanks to the community as well for involving themselves in all the activities.
A wonderful shout out to the city for helping to make this happen. It's just been fabulous to be a part of this, and we thank you all. And again, this great community of ours is just outstanding with all of the participation we've had. It's been a joy spending some time with you, Tim, as well, and I thank you for the opportunity.
It's been really fun for me too. Thanks to all the volunteers. There's over 2,000 of them that are working in this area to make it happen.